Billionaires don't just run businesses, they run the world. They take insane risks, dodge taxes, and shape the future from the shadows. While you're struggling to pay the bills, they're getting richer every week. How do they do it? And why does no one stop them? This is the true story of the power that controls everything without you even noticing. Elon Musk. Born in Pretoria, South Africa, Elon Musk's journey is anything but ordinary. As a child, he was bullied and isolated, yet obsessed with computers and sci-fi, coding his first game at age 12 and selling it for $500. Musk's drive was clear early on. He attended Queen's University in Canada before transferring to the University of Pennsylvania, double majoring in physics and economics. But Musk never fit the mold. Dropping out of Stanford after just 2 days, he dived straight into tech entrepreneurship. His first major win? Zip2, which he sold for $22 million. Then poured everything into X.com, ultimately merged to become PayPal. When eBay acquired PayPal, Musk walked away with $175 million. Yet he saw money not as the end game, but the fuel for audacious dreams. Then came SpaceX. Musk risked his entire fortune on a wild ambition, making humanity multiplanetary. 3 failed rocket launches nearly bankrupted him. Some nights he slept on the factory floor. But on the 4th attempt, Falcon 1 finally reached orbit, saving SpaceX from collapse. With Tesla, his risk appetite exploded. When the company hovered on the brink of bankruptcy in 2008, Musk personally funded payroll, betting everything on electric cars. Today, Musk is the richest person alive, but fame hasn't softened him. He's controversial, visionary, sometimes reckless. From revolutionizing space travel, cars, and AI, to rebranding Twitter as X, Musk blurs the line between triumph and disaster at every turn. His philosophy? If something is important enough, you do it even if the odds are not in your favor. Musk's relentless risk-taking and capacity to turn crisis into empire have made him a symbol of radical innovation and relentless ambition. But the question remains, is Musk rewriting the fate of civilization or playing with fire on a global scale? John D. Rockefeller. John D. Rockefeller, the name that defined wealth, power, and controversy in a growing America. Born in 1839 in a modest family, Rockefeller's rise from small-town boy to the richest man in history is the blueprint for modern capitalism, but carries the weight of ruthless ambition and shadowy tactics. He founded Standard Oil in 1870, starting from a single oil refinery. But Rockefeller's vision was colossal. He monopolized the entire oil industry by manipulating railroads for secret rebates, forcing competitors to sell out or go bankrupt. His company controlled 90% of the oil refining capacity in the US, making him the literal master of fuel that powered America's industrial rise. By 1915, Rockefeller's fortune was estimated to be worth more than the entire US federal debt. Not once, but twice over. His wealth was beyond comprehension, and it gave him unprecedented influence over politics and society. Imagine a single man holding such power that presidents found themselves unable or unwilling to challenge him. Yet his empire bred fierce opposition. The US government finally cracked down, and the landmark 1911 Supreme Court decision forced Standard Oil's breakup into 34 companies, many of which became today's oil giants like ExxonMobil and Chevron. But Rockefeller's influence didn't vanish with the breakup. Behind the scenes, he wielded power through vast networks of allies, forever shaping industry and policy. But Rockefeller wasn't just a robber baron. He was also a pioneer of philanthropy, giving away more than $500 million, an astronomical sum at the time, to fund universities, medical research, and public health initiatives that still impact us today. His dual legacy forces a haunting question. Can overwhelming wealth be a force for good, or does it always come at a devastating human cost? His story is a powerful mirror, reflecting the threats and promises of concentrated wealth and power, a dilemma that still defines America's future. Was Rockefeller a visionary builder of a modern nation, or a titan who nearly crushed its soul? The truth is elusive, and that's a loop we're still trying to unravel. Sam Walton. Sam Walton wasn't your typical billionaire mogul. Born in 1918 in Kingfisher, Oklahoma, he grew up on a farm with modest means. Yet, from these humble roots, he ignited a retail revolution that would change the world, starting with just a single store in Rogers, Arkansas in 1962. Walton had a simple but daring vision: offer the lowest prices possible, combined with great customer service. While his rivals focused on typical urban centers, Walton targeted small towns in rural America, places others ignored. His first Walmart wasn't glamorous. It was a no-frills discount store, almost a gamble in itself. How did he pull it off? Walton was a relentless innovator in supply chain management long before it became a buzzword. He invested heavily in technology and distribution centers, creating a system where Walmart could undercut competitors consistently and survive on razor-thin margins. His obsession with efficiency checking prices personally, visiting stores weekly, and demanding employee loyalty, built an empire slowly but surely. But Walmart's rise wasn't without controversy. Critics raised alarms about labor practices, pushing down worker wages, and undermining small businesses. Some called Walmart's dominance a monopolistic threat to the American retail landscape. Yet for millions of customers, Walmart meant access to affordable goods, a genuine lifeline in struggling communities. By 1990, Walmart had surpassed Sears to become the largest retailer in the U.S., with thousands of stores and tens of thousands of employees. Walton's vision expanded even further with Sam's Club and supercenters that combined groceries with general merchandise, forever altering shopping habits. Despite his immense wealth, Walton maintained a folksy charm and down-to-earth persona. He famously said, "There is only one boss, the customer." He believed that working together, Walmart could lower the cost of living and give people a better life. His commitment earned him the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 1992, shortly before his death. So, what lessons lie in Walton's story? Can relentless pursuit of low prices and massive scale coexist with fair treatment of workers and communities? Or is the price of cheap goods ultimately too high? This question lingers as Walmart continues to dominate global retail, echoing the complex legacy of its founder, Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett, born in 1930 in Omaha, Nebraska, is often called the Oracle of Omaha, but his story is far from mystical. It's a masterclass in calm, calculated power, fueled by patience and intelligence. From a young age, Buffett showed a remarkable aptitude for numbers and business. By age 11, he bought his first stock. By 13, he was filing tax returns. His early exposure to investing was fueled by his father's career as a congressman and businessman. But Warren's approach was unique. He devoted himself to the philosophy of value investing, learned from his mentor Benjamin Graham. Buffett's breakthrough came with Berkshire Hathaway, a struggling textile company he began buying shares of in the 1960s. He soon took control and transformed it into a sprawling conglomerate, investing wisely and managing diverse companies ranging from insurance to railroads and energy. Buffett's strategy? Buying excellent companies at undervalued prices and holding them forever. His favorite holding period is forever. This patience enabled his fortune to grow massively over decades, making him one of the wealthiest people on Earth, with a net worth over $160 billion as of 2025. But Buffett isn't flashy. He resides in the same Omaha house he bought in 1958, drives modest cars, and shuns extravagance. Despite his fortune, Buffett is known for frugality and practical wisdom, a paradox that fascinates many. His investment success isn't just about money, it's about disciplined principles, focusing on intrinsic value over market hype and avoiding emotional decisions. Buffett's power extends beyond business. A titan of philanthropy, he co-founded the Giving Pledge with Bill Gates, committing to give away over 99% of his wealth to humanitarian causes. By 2025, he has donated tens of billions to charity, including large sums to the Gates Foundation, amplifying his impact beyond Wall Street. Yet, questions remain. How does a man so humble wield such immense power in the world economy? Is Buffett's influence a force for stability and wisdom, or does it symbolize the quiet control billionaires hold behind the scenes? The Oracle's legacy may be defined not only by wealth, but by the responsibility those fortunes carry. And as he prepares to step down as CEO in 2025, the world watches. Who will inherit this legacy and the power that comes with it? Bill Gates. William Henry Gates III, better known as Bill Gates, was born in Seattle in 1955 into a comfortable family, but his destiny stretched far beyond those early walls. From a young age, Gates demonstrated not just intelligence, but a relentless curiosity for computers, writing his first computer program before he was a teenager. In 1975, along with his childhood friend Paul Allen, Gates co-founded Microsoft in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Their mission was bold: to put a computer on every desk and in every home, a vision that changed the world forever. Gates' genius wasn't just in coding, but in his business acumen and aggressive strategy. Microsoft's breakthrough came with the MS-DOS operating system, securing a monopolistic dominance after partnering with IBM. Later, Windows introduced an accessible graphical interface that revolutionized personal computing and software usability for millions globally. Despite skyrocketing wealth, Gates was once the richest man in the world. His career was marked by controversies, including accusations of monopolistic practices and battles with regulators. But no one can deny his impact. Microsoft's software dominates billions of devices worldwide, shaping the digital age like no other company before it. Around 2000, Gates shifted focus from technology to philanthropy with the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. This foundation became one of the world's most powerful philanthropic organizations, funding global health initiatives, education, and poverty alleviation. Their work on eradicating diseases like polio in countries like Nigeria earned them international recognition. What sets Gates apart is this dual legacy. a titan of tech transforming daily life with innovation, and a global philanthropist reshaping the future of humanity. Yet questions echo. Can such concentrated power and influence be wielded for true good? Or is the line between visionary and overlord dangerously thin? As Gates continues to influence on a global scale, his story is far from over. A testament to innovation, power, controversy, and the ongoing battle for technology's role in society. Jeff Bezos, Jeffrey Preston. Bezos was born in Albuquerque, New Mexico in 1964. A brilliant student, he graduated summa cum laude from Princeton with degrees in computer science and electrical engineering. In the early 90s, Bezos worked on Wall Street, but saw an explosive opportunity. The internet was growing at an unimaginable rate, over 2,300% annually, and he recognized e-commerce as the next frontier. In 1994, he left a lucrative career and moved to Seattle to start what would become Amazon. Bezos opened Amazon.com in 1995 as an online bookstore, operating first out of his garage with just a handful of employees. Unlike traditional retailers, Bezos had a grand vision to create the world's largest online marketplace, a place where anyone could find almost anything they wanted to buy. His mantra was obsessing over the customer, relentlessly pushing for fast shipping, unbeatable prices, and expanding product lines. Despite early losses and skepticism, Bezos stayed focused on long-term growth. Amazon evolved from books to music, electronics, groceries, and beyond. The company revolutionized retail with innovations like one-click purchasing and Amazon Prime, forever changing consumer habits worldwide. But Bezos' ascent wasn't without drama. Amazon's rapid rise drew criticism over labor practices, market dominance, and its impact on small businesses. Bezos' personal life also made global headlines with his divorce in 2019 and his ambitious space venture with Blue Origin, which sent him suborbitally to space in 2021, a symbolic leap reflecting his appetite for boundary breaking alone at the frontier of commerce and exploration. Bezos stepped down as Amazon CEO in 2021 to focus on other ventures but remains executive chairman, steering one of the most powerful companies on Earth. The empire he built from a humble garage reshaped the global economy, raising urgent questions about power, innovation, and the future of capitalism. And now, the looming question. What's next for the man who changed how the world shops, and who controls so much of what we buy? Mark Zuckerberg. Mark Elliott. Zuckerberg was born in 1984 in White Plains, New York, into a world that would soon be transformed by his innovations. From a young age, Zuckerberg displayed a remarkable talent for programming, creating messaging software for his father's dental practice at just 12 years old. In 2004, while a sophomore at Harvard University, Zuckerberg launched The Facebook with a group of college friends. Initially designed for Harvard students, the platform exploded in popularity, quickly expanding to other universities, then to high schools, and eventually to anyone over 13 years old worldwide. Facebook's revolutionary approach hinged on real identities and trusted connections, creating a social graph that mapped relationships across the globe. But this power came with controversy. Zuckerberg faced multiple lawsuits, political scrutiny, and major backlash over privacy breaches, the spread of misinformation, and interference in elections. His company's dominance raised urgent questions about the ethical limits of social media. Under Zuckerberg's leadership, Facebook acquired Instagram and WhatsApp, expanding its grip on global communication. In 2021, he rebranded Facebook to Meta, signaling a bold shift toward building the metaverse, a virtual world blending physical and digital realities. This new frontier promises to reshape how humanity connects, but is still fraught with unknown risks and challenges. Despite criticism, Zuckerberg's philanthropic efforts with his wife, Priscilla Chan, stand out. Through the Chan-Zuckerberg Initiative, they have pledged to donate 99% of their wealth to combat disease and improve education, seeking to harness technology for global betterment. Mark Zuckerberg's story is one of extraordinary impact, questioning the cost of connection, the influence of power, and the future of human interaction in a world increasingly defined by digital networks. If you thought these 7 men shaped America, what if I told you there's more beneath the surface? Secrets the richest don't want you to know? The story doesn't end here. One click could change everything. See you in the next video.